Welcome back, everyone. JAYBONE here for Smash This Podcast. Hey, it's been a minute, literally. Just got done with the guys over on TNI doing the Thursday night throwback that we always do. So if you don't listen to those, you should. We have a blast talking about them. It's all the Asylum years from the classic NWA TNA days. We just wrapped up number 54. So please go check that out on audio, YouTube, Twitch, wherever you catch your total nonstop impact. Somebody's supposed to be joining me in a little bit, but he's late. He's late. He'll be in here soon. But we're gonna have some news. Oh man, see, this is when I wish I had some jingles. I need to get some jingles in here. I don't have much in here. I've got let's see, what do I have in here? Yeah, I got one of those. I got
Who booked this?
And then
What? How did you do that?
And after all the podcasting I've done, that's pretty much how I feel. So yeah, I just feel like one bit after another. So hey, we got some bits in here. Thank you so much. Yes, folks. So before we get into the hot news of the day, and oh, trust me, it's hot. There's a bunch of little things going on that in the brands that we love to talk about. You know what to do. Smash that like button, smash that sub button, and ring that bell for notifications. If you're on the Twitch, you can cheer, you can sub, all that stuff. You can gift subs, you can do all that stuff. So thank you to everyone. And if you're not privy to it yet, there's also audio now for Smash This Podcast, depending on where you listen to it. I don't know, because there's so many different things out there that you can catch your audio. You can get it on anchor.fm. Excuse me, Anchor FM / Smash This Podcast, and it goes out to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google, Breaker, all sorts of different ones. So there's also a support button on there. If you do want to support the show, you can do so for less than $1 a month. So by all means, head on over there, get your STP, or like they like to say around here, your bone on the go. So we got a few people in here. That's good to see. It's late. I realize that. I just didn't want to cut myself short on time earlier. So let's start out with a gentleman who we were just talking about a little bit ago. Uh-oh. Here we go. We're going to bring him in now. He's coming in hot.
Oh, Smash This Podcast. Not total nonstop impact. This is JAYBONE's cattle, huh? JAYBONE's house. Nice place you got here, Jay.
See, you like this?
There's people here. You're not alone. Oh, we got Elijah Washington in the house. Terrence Sullivan.
A few people in here, yeah.
Mr. Impact Wrestling. Back.
It's no TNI audience, but I appreciate all the love I get over here.
I appreciate the invite.
So how you been, man? For those tuning in here that don't tune into TNI.
Oh, JAYBONE, is that the Ride the Lightning shirt?
Yes, it is.
I almost wore that shirt tonight, Jay. That's weird. I'm glad I didn't. That'd be really weird if we were both sitting here side by side wearing the same T-shirt.
You really are my bastard kid from another universe, aren't you?
Yeah, so that's why I got to stop with the daughter stuff, because you're like my father. That's just creepy. That's a whole other discussion for another time. But I've been all right, Jay. Let's talk some Impact Wrestling. Forget me. Let's talk Impact. Where are we? What did I just interrupt?
Well, I was going to start out with the other brand, but as long as you're here, we can start out with Impact Wrestling.
Oh, Millard Harris says JAYBONE and the Scumbag. That sounds like a radio show. JAYBONE and the Scumbag on 102.5 Impact Radio. That's what this would turn into.
It's absolutely terrifying.
That's what it would be.
All right, so news broke earlier today. We'll do a little share screen of Rooney here.
Nice.
This is from ImpactWrestling.com, the news section. No Surrender was announced this morning. The stars of Impact show No Surrender. So this is going to be the next Impact Plus special on the Impact Plus app Saturday.
And we got Private Party going up for our belts, huh? Big Money Matt, and Private Party going up for our belts on that show. Exactly, there it is, right there in front of my face. That's an insult, Jay. That's a slap in the face.
It's hard to know who to root for here.
Those AEW guys don't deserve a shot at the Impact belts. And Jerry Lynn is a bastard.
Yeah, he jumped the fence, and Tony Khan was sitting right there taking notes in his little Trekkie book. Trek sucks. We all know that, right?
Oh, not a Star Trek guy, huh, Jay?
No. It's Star Wars all day and all night. Mandalorian.
More of a Spaceballs guy myself, but that's just me.
Well, we love Spaceballs too.
Oh, Sweet Pea's in the chat. To the man that Matt Hardy called Sweet Pea on Twitter, William Gardner. I think we know him. I think we met him before.
He's not going to live that one down for a while. We love Bill, but damn, that was pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. I popped for that when
I'm jealous. I'm only beating him down about it, Jay, because I'm jealous. I wish Matt Hardy called me Sweet Pea. I think Matt Hardy has me blocked.
I don't know what's better. Matt calling him Sweet Pea or Goldilocks calling me the Iron Bone.
I think Sammy Callahan saying that Hemi's a shitty band beats all of them. Sorry, Jay.
Honestly,
my take.
I think you're right. You're right on that one.
Millard Harris says Tony Khan is a little rat bastard. My God. Oh, Kevin Martin in the chat. The Twitch notification has welcomed me from my slumber. This better be good. Oh, good morning, Kevin Martin. Good morning, Sunshine.
Big Kev.
Kev.
We love Big Kev.
We appreciate you coming by, waking up from your nap. Not the way I'd want to wake up. I sure wouldn't tune into the show if I just woke up. But we're glad to have you, Kev.
Absolutely. So, Kyle, your thoughts on this? Now, I don't think this is going to be the main event, but they usually do announce the main event first for these specials. So I don't want to assume here, but nonetheless, whether it's the main event or not, what do you think about this?
What do I think? The Good Brothers better kick some ass, J-Bone. That's what I think. I don't want these AEW rats taking our belts and running off with them and taking them back to Dynamite. That's what I think. The Good Brothers better kick some ass.
I agree. Now, don't get me wrong. I love this inception of Matt Hardy. I love Private Party. They are a hell of a tag team.
I'm a huge fan of Big Money Matt for the stuff he did in Impact Wrestling, but the common theme there is Impact Wrestling. I'm on Team Impact. I don't want to see these Private Party bastards run off with our belts.
Yeah, it's as much as I would boo the Good Brothers because they've, beat down the Motor City Machine Guns and they beat Swan with Kenny Omega. I got to root for the homeboys here.
Kevin Martin in the chat says the Good Brothers are wrestling on Dynamite again next week. Good to know. I'll tune in for that. As long as Impact's around, I'm going to tune in for Dynamite.
Yeah, it's going to be Bullet Club versus the Dark Order, I believe.
What's Beach Break?
Beach Break is in 2 weeks. That's basically kind of like their, it's cold out, so they're trying to, do something warm and summery to counter it, And it's going to be the wedding of the January. Or wedding of actually February, excuse me.
I used the Bill wedding dress bite here, but I don't have any of the sound bites because I'm on Smash This Podcast. The interface is different here.
Well, I mean, I could switch it. I could switch it over.
Yeah, give me my bites, Jay. But I feel naked. I feel naked without my bites.
Should we do that? Should we?
Beach Break. So I know that WWE owns the name Bash at the Beach, but they could have brought back Beach Blast. I don't know if WWE owns that one. I'll take Beach Break.
Yeah, I mean,
so as long as someone gets thrown in the water, you gotta have it.
You can't do the slam of summer. Oh no! See, now that changed the whole background too. So.
Oh, we're back on NWA TNA number 54.
Yeah, we can't really do that. So, sorry.
That's okay.
We just have to incorporate some more bits in here sometime. But anyway.
Who booked this?
Yeah,
got that one in there.
Yeah, we got a couple in here that you injected in here when one other time that you invaded the show, so lovingly. But no, we love it when you do. We do. So the Good Brothers are going up against Private Party at No Surrender Saturday, February 13th. And as crazy as Impact Wrestling has been lately, who knows what they're all going to come up with next. What do you want to see for the next one?
Bill in the chat says AJ Drip is all you need. Dropping the grits. Dropping the grits.
Jeez Louise. Oh, okay. William Gardner, I am seeing that tweet that you put out about the whole Don Callis and Kenny Omega and Don Callis and the I don't even know what the hell that guy's name is anymore. That big 500-pounder that we were just talking about over there. I closed my notes, damn it. Anyways.
Oh, J-Bone, that old age is really setting in. Forgetting
things. It's a late night bone. What do you expect? I wanted to talk about some news.
Millard Harris in the chat, J-Bone, he wants to know, where do Private Party rank in the rankings of AEW? They looked very impressive the other day. See, Millard Harris is just like me. He's not as familiar with AEW. He's just tuning in now. He's an Impact fan. We found this out the other night on the show because if you remember, last night, you remember the commenter had told us. One commenter came in and he said that they're jobbers on the show, and I got thrown off. I'm saying, J-Bone, these guys aren't worth our belts. Can you clarify, Jay? Our Private Party, top tier tag team, mid card.
They've beaten the Young Bucks.
Okay, all right.
They've beaten the Young Bucks. I don't know where they fall in the rankings. I know they take pride in keeping track of that, and that's fine. I just don't usually keep track of that. I don't follow it. I don't report on it.
Well, they wouldn't have did it without Jerry Lynn. I'll give him that. Give us the next headline, Jay. What else are we going to talk about here?
All right, so this is some news that they also dropped today. We'll do a little share screen-a-rooney here.
Share screen-a-rooney.
Yes.
On the J-Bone-tron.
There we go. So here we go. We've got a street fight for AEW Revolution. Brian Cage and Ricky Starks, a la Team Taz, versus Darby Allin, your TNT champion, and returning to the ring after I don't know how many years. It's at least 5 years, I think. Sting. Sting is returning to the ring in a street fight. God help us.
So Sting is wrestling. That's confirmed. Sting is going to wrestle for AEW.
Sting is getting back in the ring.
Street fight of all things. Now, him and Darby look great together on paper. It's a natural fit.
They do. It's like father and son. Kind of like you and me, only different.
Just like us, Jay.
Yeah. So, are you a fan? Like, I don't know how much AEW stuff you watch. Are you a fan of, number one, are you a fan of the return of Sting?
I mean, everybody loves Sting, Jay. That's like asking somebody if they like Santa Claus. Everybody loves Sting. Come on now.
Yeah, just Sting even brings snow in his entrances for crying out loud, which there's been different opinions on.
Like Rockstar Spud in 2016, he brings the snow.
It's, what?
Someone got that reference.
I did not get that reference. I know he brought a lot of tears last year, when he got fired and then rehired.
This is great. I got access to all my bites now, Jay. You keep talking.
Oh no. Are you injecting bits in here? Are you doing that?
I'm playing with my toys, Jay.
Oh.
Hey, Impact Wrestling. It's great to be here tonight.
Great to be here tonight.
And that's why I love KL on the mic. If you
what we got next, Jay? Throw him at me.
Well, that's all I had really. This one was going to be short and sweet. It's the breaking news of No Surrender is the next Impact Plus, and Sting is returning to the ring. And I want to get the chat's opinion on this too before we get out of here, because this is important. This does scare me. I love Sting. I've loved Sting since I was, as Trent would say, a little stinger.
100 years ago.
Yeah, at least. You woke up, Kevin. Bring it. I don't have a ton. I was gonna go actually live before the throwback, but I was like, Let's see, I wouldn't have had a KL with me, and he wouldn't be.
Yeah, I see you going live. I'm gonna hop on, but Jay, we're gonna need some more than that. We need more meat in the loose sandwich to play off of what we talked about a few minutes ago on the end of throwback there.
Jiminy Christmas.
I'll throw them at you, Jay. I'll throw them at you.
Okay.
I'll throw them at you. How about that?
Okay.
So Ty Valkyrie seems like she's done with Impact Wrestling. Is that for certain, J-Bone, or do you think that's just in storyline and she's sticking around? What do you think is going on here? Because the fans are scratching their heads.
I think it's true. I think she's done. I honestly wish she would have stayed with Rosemary to either further the Knockouts tag team division, or a lot of us were rooting for her storyline wise that she could have taken the championship off of Deonna Purrazzo and then gone on to face Rosemary. In that what was the bloody wedding, the red wedding? Is that it? The red wedding?
Oh, Jay, it's late. It's late, Jay. It's late. Mark in the chat here is very upset. You can see he's here. Shut the fuck up, Kyle. Shut the fuck up, Jay. See, Mark is Ty World Order. That's his Twitter name, his Twitter handle. At least used to be. Biggest Ty fan ever. And now that Ty is gone, Mark is losing sleep. So I guess, Jay, the rumors are true. Ty is done. But, I'm happy for her. Whatever she does next, I want to see her achieve more and do more in the world of professional wrestling. She had a hell of a career in Impact Wrestling. And I can only assume that the door is open in the future for her to come back.
Oh, absolutely. Like Tommy Dreamer said, she could do, so she could do 2 years up north with an option of a third year,
Party time, Trent Zuberi in the chat. That's terrifying. Look at that icon there.
It's very,
If you're listening to this only on audio, you're lucky.
Yeah, that is absolutely a Zach Bonifer special. I think he's getting me back because I ignored him on Facebook while we were live on the throwback. I think that's exactly what that is.
He's got an axe to grind.
Yeah.
Matt Cardona. Is he sticking with Impact Wrestling? Is he here for a cup of coffee? He's got a T-shirt on shopimpact.com. But what would you like to see him do?
I want to see him stay. I don't care, honestly, if he does the whole Major Brothers tag team thing. That's certainly an option. It could be a singles run. I mean, he's a hell of an athlete. He looks like $1 million. He's in great shape. He's been taking care of himself, and he wanted to work. Yeah. And Impact Wrestling gave him the option. So in a time where almost half of a company was let go from up north, Impact Wrestling has been more than generous in giving a lot of these free agents over the course of the last 6+ months a place to work. Whether it's a one-off, you jump in, get your feet wet, test out the locker room, see how things are going. But hey, like Brian Myers is signed. He announced that recently, so that's exciting. I'm very excited to see what a hungry Brian Myers brings to Impact Wrestling in 2021.
Yeah, I think that they should be thrown together. I think that's the natural fit. Get the Major Brothers together. Obviously, Impact Wrestling could use some more tag teams right now, and they're a natural fit.
Oh yeah,
they're huge. You see what they're doing with their podcast and all the wrestling figure stuff. Everything they're doing out there. They have a big fan base. I think they would bring a lot to the tag division at Impact Wrestling for certain. And they're Long Island guys. I'm a Long Island guy, so I'm biased in that. I grew up seeing the Majors Brothers at NYWC, Jay. These are my boys. my hometown boys.
Oh, there you go. All the more reason to love them. I loved them when they came in the door and they were backing Edge. Edge was quite the rising star back when all that was going on.
They were edge heads. They were edge heads.
Yeah, edge heads. And then
the chat speculating. Mark, Kyle, your new setup looks great. Thank you, Mark. Got the T&I backdrop here in the live from Scumbag Studios. But Millard Harris in the chat here capitalizes and says, Mark, we now know where Kyle's stimulus check went. I thought he would have spent it on hookers and blow. That's not nice. That's not nice, Millard Harris. I'll just say that.
Yeah, that's
good.
Yeah, he's a good boy. He is.
Oh. Mark also in the chat calling Ethan Page a whiny bitch. My God.
Oof. Yeah, do you have any opinions on all this that's coming out post Ethan Page run at Impact Wrestling? All these little fightful updates.
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, Jay, that Ethan Page had to leave with some controversy, but hey, shit happens. Hopefully they'll get over it and move into the future. He'll go on with his career, and Impact will go on doing what they're doing, making the best damn Impact show, best damn wrestling show on the planet, week in, week out, with or without Ethan Page. Impact's not going to take that much of a loss here, but I didn't like how he, dragged the company down on his way out. He could have handled it privately, handled it internally, but he went with the put a statement out online. But hey, I mean, whatever, it's his problem. I'll still support Ethan Page, still a fan of the guy, but I was disappointed with how he handled things on the way out, J-Bone. That's what you'd like to know.
This does leave a stain on him, for me personally. It really does, because he was one of my favorites in Impact Wrestling, and I loved him years before that in Evolve. And now it's like, well, what is he going to do when he doesn't get his way in some other company now? He's going to completely bury them. I mean, that's not how you leave a company. I have not heard, well, with the exception of a couple, maybe a few years ago. I mean, there's been a lot of people that have come and gone from Impact Wrestling. We know that. And I've heard even guys that had a seriously rough going of it in the second half of 2020, like his name is Bison just interviewed him. One half of OVE.
Jake Christ.
Thank you, Jake Christ. Yeah, he could have completely ripped into Impact Wrestling. They even stopped paying him. They just completely stopped booking him. And no communication, nothing. The only communication was when he's like, hey, you mind letting me out of my contract a little early so I can get some free agency and get some hype out there? And they were like, sure, no problem. And so that's a little controversial. It's like, damn, I mean, he really got screwed.
Elijah Washington in the chat. Dark Knight Kalon, you wouldn't mind a talent trade for Impact and AEW, or AEW for Impact? I like that the borders are open. That's exciting. You don't know who's going to show up week in, week out. I like what they're doing now. Hopefully they keep the relationship going. We don't want to say, what, Jay, it's weird. I've seen some Impact fans be totally on board for it. Others are complaining about it. Personally, I think it's great for the company. I think it puts a lot more eyes on Impact that weren't on it before. I think it's only a plus, at least for Impact Wrestling.
Yeah, it brings hype. It brings mystery, a serious mystery that has been lacking in the world of professional wrestling for almost 2 decades. WWE or WWF at the time, I believe it was, tried to do an invasion angle, and it just did not come off well. I was excited about it at the time. I remember that. You had certain names coming in. You were waiting for other names, and it never happened. But this, the options are limitless. Like, who knew Big Money Matt and Private Party were going to open up? I popped big time for that. I was like, oh my God.
Did not see that coming one bit. Matt Hardy, of all people, like we talked about last night. Matt Hardy is one person I did not see coming back to Impact Wrestling. I was fooled. Anything can happen, J-Bone.
Yeah, I mean, he's certainly in a different place now, and the company is certainly in a different place now. And they squashed their beef years ago, and things are good between them. And look what's happening. So, there was something else I saw on here.
Sports Illustrated ran a really great article last week. Wrestling is more than a job for Impact's Kiera Hogan. Great interview with Kiera Hogan. Definitely check that out. SI.com.
Oh yeah. They've been getting a lot of press lately. The Faya and the Flava, great tag team. I couldn't be happier about that. Of course, I was rooting for the other team of Havoc and Nevaeh, but
I'm on Team Snatch a Bitch, Jay. I'm on the other side.
Oh, I hear you. And I love Team Snatch a Bitch too. The only reason why I rooted more for Havoc and Nevaeh is the experience angle, because they've been a tag team for a long time. So I was trying to think, of their past and everything. But the fact that they were on that meet and greet prior in the day to Hard to Kill was a good sign. Although, True Colors here. SI has some great wrestling stuff. Their wrestling stuff has certainly improved over the course of the last year. They used to.
It's not a dirt sheet, Jay. I feel clean when I'm reading it. It's a credible source.
Well, a couple of years ago, it wasn't so credible. They were making up some news, just trying to get. For example, when there was a tumultuous time a couple of years ago in Impact Wrestling, when the future was very questionable.
Different time, different regime.
They were putting out articles like, "Oh yeah, WWE is going to buy Impact Wrestling." They were putting out shit like that. It has certainly improved since then. They've veered away from clickbait, which is good to see because. If you're gonna put out wrestling stuff, you better have some legit shit. So, thoughts on most popular voted wrestler for PWI, Orange Cassidy. You liking that idea, KL?
I'm reading the comments here, Jay. What'd you say? I'm interacting here with the tribe. Critical Sting, the great Critical Sting, is in the comments. I haven't seen that name in a while.
He is. AEW's Orange Cassidy was voted most popular wrestler of 2020.
Snatch your bish, Millard Harris. How about that? Millard Harris being a funny guy in the comments here.
He is a little controversial, isn't he, that Millard Harris?
True Colors wants to know, Kalon, the fuck's going on with your lights? Hey, man, we're after dark. It's late night. Got the LEDs going.
There you go. It doesn't sound like you're talking through your mic, though.
Hakeem Fullerton, Ringside News is publishing articles about Tony Khan buying Impact. I'm seeing that, Jay. The dirt sheets are speculating on that. I don't think it's going to happen. I think they have a nice working relationship. I don't think Tony Khan is grooming Impact for purchase. I think this is just a working relationship. I don't see that happening.
Yeah, that's just people just making up shit. Yeah, and that's. I'm gonna look this up because I usually go to Ringside News for a lot of my news. See this stuff that I understand why they're putting this up, but this whole Ethan Page apologizes to fans who feel cheated, saying that Impact Wrestling lied to him. That is just fucking horrible.
Stop reading the dirt sheets, Jay.
It's just no. That's not me cutting on ringsidenews.com. That's me cutting on Ethan Page. You don't say shit like that. You don't leave a company like that. That's just bad shit.
So at the top of ImpactWrestling.com in their news section, they have an article, exclusive, Cowboy James Storm is back. Do you think we're going to see James Storm sign a contract, Jay, or is he here just hanging out for a little bit?
All right, so it's funny you say that because I just clicked on an article on ringsidenews.com. So it says the Cowboy is not under contract. I'm not going to put over the site it came from.
Yeah, I'm on ImpactWrestling.com, Jay. I'm not on some dirt sheet. I'll let you get viruses on your computer. You do that.
No, there's no viruses here. I trust the guy that runs this.
Elijah Washington says stop wearing. I think he meant to read stop watching. Stop watching Sean Ross Sapp, J-Bone.
Yeah, I'm not putting him over.
I know you're subscribed to Sean Ross Sapp's OnlyFans account. You don't have to lie. You don't have to lie.
No, I'm not subscribed to his Pornhub shit either. It's nasty. He's nasty individual.
Nasty.
He's very nasty, and he slides into your DMs and curses you out for having opinions that he doesn't agree with. He's a horrible fucking human.
Did he curse you out?
Oh yeah. I had an opinion about Tessa Blanchard when all that stuff went down. Oh, he slid right into my DMs and attacked me. Attacked me verbally.
Very nice.
And then he blocked me, like the vagina he is.
Oh man. I always thought you were beating on him for no reason. I didn't know he slid in your DMs and attacked you. You have beef. You have rightful beef there, Jay.
Oh, it's absolute beef. Yeah, he made it personal. He slid into my DMs, cursed me out for my personal opinion, and then when I tried to have a discussion with him, saying, "Oh, well, where's your proof?" Because he said he had all this proof, all these interviews from people, talking about Tessa Blanchard. As soon as I asked him that, blocked. And guess what, Kyle? None of that ever came to the light of day. None of those dozens of interviews that he had, not one came to the light of day. Not even on the paid subscription to Fightful. Not one.
Well, in other news, J-Bone, here on Impact.com, we got the message from Alex Shelley about Hard to Kill, the main event, that he was not in attendance for. Let's talk about that for a second. Do we know what happened with Alex Shelley? I don't think we ever got a clear answer. Is he injured?
No, he is.
Personal reasons?
He said in the thing that he's not orthopedically injured. He's fine. I'm assuming... And although I always say 1,000 times on here, you should never assume.
Make an ass out of yourself when you assume, J-Bone.
Yeah. So he doesn't have COVID and he's not injured. But these are COVID times. So it could have been he was exposed and he was playing it safe. And that's the
the current climate, nobody should have to go to work if they don't feel comfortable. If you feel sick, stay home,
That's the most responsible thing he could do.
Absolutely.
If he knows a guy that was sick and was around him, then he's doing the right thing by not exposing the entire roster of Impact Wrestling.
Well, we wish Alex Shelley well and hope to see him back in the ring soon because we're big fans of Alex Shelley here on the show.
I'm just sure he's going to bring some updates to the public eye within the next few weeks. Let us know he's okay. So, anything else? We'll keep this one short and sweet. It's late.
Matt Hardy and Private Party coming for our belts, those bastards. That's all I'm thinking right now in the world of Impact Wrestling. Better not happen.
It's going to be an interesting match. I mean, I love Private Party, but hey, the championship.
They're no good brothers.
As much as I may boo the Good Brothers for being heels, in the whole Bullet Club scheme of things, but I do love me some Bullet Club. I'm not gonna lie.
They came on the TNI show. You gotta love them. They're friends of the show.
They are friends of the show. Absolutely. But those championships cannot cross borders. Absolutely not.
So, any questions from the chat before we get out of here? Quick Q&A if anybody has anything to ask before we go on home, J-Bone.
Oh, well, Mr. Impact Wrestling says there's only one OnlyFans that is worthwhile.
Oh, we got Bucks versus Good Brothers at Revolution. You didn't pull this up, Jay? Really? That's confirmed?
Bucks versus Good Brothers at Revolution.
You're not on your game, J-Bone. You're not on your game. Unless True Colors is starting rumors here, I'm on board for that. That's a match I'd like to see.
That could certainly happen because apparently they're going to be tagging together next week, but I don't see that going very well, considering the Young Bucks just gave Don Callis a black eye. And we talked all about that last night over on the AEW review.
RK Shuttlesworth wants to know, what do you guys think of the Nielsen ratings? I don't think anything of the Nielsen ratings. Motherfuckers are watching off their phone. Nobody's watching on cable anymore.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many people watching on other things besides what's covered from the Nielsen ratings. You watch on Twitch, you watch the highlights on YouTube. You got to take all these numbers into consideration, and they aren't. So the numbers are really,
True Colors has confirmed that it's not confirmed. True Colors is just himself speculating.
It certainly could happen. It could happen on Impact Wrestling home front, or it could happen on AEW.
Very nice.
We could see a return to the Impact Zone of Generation Me.
But all right, Jay, take us home here. This is your show. This is not my show. Let's get out of here.
We're going to get out of here?
This week.
All right. We'll keep this one short and sweet. Thank you, KL, for joining me. Where can they find you?
Give me a follow on Twitter, KL on the mic. Well, wait a second, though. We still got questions coming in. One more. Took one more, Jay. One more.
Okay, one last one. Anything in particular?
Elijah Washington. JAYBONE, KL. Did you hear Good Brothers and Omega versus Ray Phoenix, Pac, and Moxley? Guess we're excited for that one, Jay.
Yeah, that's going to be at spring. What the hell is that called? Beach Break.
Beach Break. And we also get a Tag Team Battle Royal 2 winner face Bucks, JAYBONE. That's what Elijah Washington, too, says in the chat.
Tag Team Battle Royal face Bucks. I have not heard about that one. I heard about the women's, some kind of women's elimination thingy. I don't know, something. But yeah, they're doing all sorts.
Knockouts jumping that, possibly?
Maybe. I know the Fire and the Flava have been very vocal against Tony Khan, talking about there's compensation trophies. They're little medals that aren't championship titles. So, yeah, it certainly could happen. But I like the fact that it's slow. It's a very slow pace. Keeps me wanting more. Keeps me speculating if there's something's going to happen. And we got a lot of breadcrumbs on this last AEW. The biggest thing for me personally, Mox basically giving an open challenge to AAA and all of Impact Wrestling.
See where it goes. I'd like to see Sami Callihan versus Jon Moxley. That's what I'm gunning for. People want to see them come together because they were a tag team back in the day. I want to see them wrestle each other. Those are two guys I'd like to see. Sami representing Impact, Moxley representing AEW. That's something we need.
Little ICU action in AEW. Hell yeah, make it happen. Right. So yeah, that's it for this one. Tune in. I don't know. We'll be back soon. Sometime in the next couple of days, we'll cover some news or something. As far as WWE stuff, my plans on that are to cover the Royal Rumble when that happens at the end of January. And then I'll be trying, keyword trying, to cover WWE stuff on the road to WrestleMania because that's usually fun. There's usually some good rivalries. We'll see what happens. We'll see if they bring fans back, all that kind of stuff coming up in the world of the company up north. But till then, we're still covering AEW and Impact Wrestling news on a regular basis. No Surrender will be covered here on Smash This Podcast as well. So stay tuned for that. Don't forget, on your way out, to smash that like button. Or you do the whole grits thing too. Smash that sub button. Ring that bell for notifications. Why? So that you know when more of my content hits your screen. Jump on the audio too. Hit that support button as well if you want to see the brand grow. Good night, folks. See you soon.
Peace.